All right, all right. So recording. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Arcana Coffee Talks, Season 3, Episode 6. So parang ito yung medyo year-ender episode natin. And don't worry, hindi natatapos yung season dito kasi we have another guest for next Friday. And malalaman niyo yun after the talk. But now, meron tayong solid na guest for tonight. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys kilala na tong taong na to. So without further ado, please give him a round of applause. The founder, owner, and the genius behind Ellipsis Coffee and Polo. Make some noise! Wesley! Palakpakan naman si Wesley, guys. Come on. Palakpak, palakpak. Narinig mo na. Nice one, nice one, nice one. Alright, so ngayon we have Mr. Wes. Anong gusto mo itawag namin sa'yo, Wes? Wesley, Wes?
Wesley, kahit
And...
anong pangalan, basta kilala ko.
Alright, so ngayon we have Wesley of Ellipsis Coffee and Polo. So I'm pretty sure naka-order na kayo ng beans dito kayo. And for me kasi, ito rin yung ginagamit kong beans ngayon every time nag-event si Arcana. So talagang okay siya, masarap siya. Pero let's start first kung pag-usapan muna natin yung history din ng Ellipsis Coffee kung paano siya nag-start. So Wes, introduce yourself muna para
Okay.
maging kilala ka nila.
So, my name is Wesley. I'm married to Dan here. Sagun na rin siya. And nandito kami sa shop ngayon sa Antipolo. So, Ellipsis was, where do I start? Okay, before I became a business owner, I was a non-coffee drinker. So, hindi talaga ako mahilig magkape.
Okay.
I'm the type who would go to Starbucks and order caramel cream with coffee jelly or strawberry frap. Tapos ipaparada ko sa lahat ng Starbucks. So medyo ako yung nakakairitang nakilala niyo ngayon. So, and then when my wife and I started dating, nung nag-jowaan pa kami, we usually go out to a new restaurant to a point na hindi na namin alam kung saan kami pupunta. So, one day, somebody tried to invite us to go on a coffee crawl sa Makati ng Sunday. Kasi Sunday, medyo maluwag sa Makati. Parang, sige, sama kami kasi hindi pa kami ganun ka-knowledgeable sa coffee.
Yeah.
And then we went to 3 shops. I won't mention the other 2 kasi baka may impact sa pagkagusto niya sa kanila. Pero yung first shop, I tried to order a hot choco.
Hot choco.
So, tinignan ako masama nung may-ari. Sabi mo, kung coffee crawl ka, hot choco in order mo. So, they gave me a mocha to try. And then, hindi ko siya nagustuhan. I mean, not that it was bad mocha. It's just that I was the person who did not appreciate coffee.
Okay.
Tapos, after nun, so, hindi ko siya nagustuhan pero nubos ko. And then we went to a different shop. The shop is in Palangka Street. And I'm sure some of you went to Curator.
Curator.
Sa dulo ng Curator. So, nandun si David O. And then he was the one who said, "Oh, it's your first time here. I'll make coffee for you. Don't worry about it." So,
ayos si David pag gumawa sa'yo, ha?
ang bait-bait na ibang tao. So, paano sasabihin ayoko? Di ba? Sige, thank you. So, have a seat. It's your first time. I'll make a brew coffee for you. These beans are from Kenya. The flavor notes will taste like this and that. If you brew it in a certain way, you will appreciate it. I'm sure you will like it. Tapos ako, the whole time na nag-brew siya, na-explain niya sa akin, nasa isip ko, paano ko sasabihin ayoko? No? Like, I don't drink black coffee.
Yeah.
Paano ko sasabihin sa kanya na yak sa akin ng black coffee? Pero because he was so polite and he was so friendly, and the best thing I could do is be polite back. So hayaan ko siyang mag-explain sa akin na, okay, thank you for sharing me your passion. So nung pagkatapos niya i-brew, inabot niya sa akin. Sabi niya, go ahead, try it. So langangiti lang ako, awkward smirk sa sarili ko. From a person that doesn't drink coffee, you get served by someone black coffee, manually brewed in front of you, na nakita mo kung paano ginawa. I was
Okay.
waiting for milk or creamer or sugar, anything to just cover my idea of coffee. Kasi in my head, coffee should be bitter black, something just to wake you up. Itiisin mo para lang makuha mo yung coffee. Pero pag serve niya sa akin, sabi niya, if you don't like it, then let's add sugar later. Or
Mhm.
maybe add cream.
Mhm.
Subukan mo lang. Tapos pag sabi niya, before you drink it, try slurping it. Yung parang mahangin, marami. So that was my first time slurping a black cup of coffee. Pag tikim ko, lasa, parang sinigang, lasang sinigang talaga. Yung maasim na masarap, manamis
Maasim
na
siya
mis
na
na
masarap.
sinigang.
Mm.
So, nung tinanong niya sa akin, parang sabi niya, oh, what does it taste like? Kanina, ang behavior ko, at yung nauna na, yung behavior ko, paano ko sasabing ayoko? Ngayon naman, ang behavior ko, paano ko sasabing
Hindi
maasim?
masarap.
Paano ko
Hindi
sasabing
hindi
lasang
maasim.
sinigang?
Pero
Tapos
ano,
sinabi niya,
like,
lasang sinigang, di ba?
na-intimidate ka ba nun kay David? Nung binubrew mo
Ah,
yung coffee like in front
the
of you?
whole
Like the
time,
way he
oo, sobra.
explains, na-intimidate ka ba?
Ah, hindi siya, hindi siya intimidating. Intimidating to a point na hindi ko kasi, it's a new area for me.
Correct.
But it also got me curious. Kasi it's something, kaya sobrang impactful sa akin ng moment na yun. Kasi we went to two different shops. Actually, three shops. Pero yung una, wala silang in-explain sa akin. But just drink it, you should like it. Yun. Itong pangalawa, the owner started explaining everything. So, tinatranslate niya yung language na hindi ko naiintindihan before I was drinking coffee to a language na familiar na sa akin, which is food, which is technicalities from different country, ganito. Parang fruit yan. Pag sa ibang bansa, ganito yung lasa sa kabilang bansa. Tinatranslate niya, which I think is now a problem in the industry or
Right.
medyo na-solve na siya. Kasi some people think they don't like coffee, but once it's translated, they realize na parang, okay, ang ganda pala. Ang
Mm.
saya pala nitong industry to.
Yes.
So that's what happened sa akin na medyo intimidating but also got me curious. Na, okay, gets niya rin, lasang sinigang din sa kanya. In-explain
Mm.
niya pa sa akin na sa label,
Mhm.
nakalagay tomatoes, tamarind, brown sugar. Kasi foreigner yun nag-roast.
Correct.
In their language, hindi nila alam yung lasa ng sinigang.
Mhm.
Pero tayo, bilang Pilipino, sinigang yung lasa ng kape niya.
Totoo yan, totoo yan.
So, very interesting.
So, yung moment na yun, Wes, like, yun na ba yung eye-opener for you to, like, ipasok yung sarili mo dun sa industry na yun? Or may nangyari
I
pang
was
experiences sa'yo?
I was more of parang enthusiast
Mm.
before ako nagkaroon ng desire magkaroon ng shop. Actually, hindi siya implanted eh. For a long time talaga, gusto ko lang ma-appreciate yung coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So, nung nagma-manual brew, syempre na-appreciate ko siya. I go to other special coffee shops. The first shop, apart from Curator, was Narrative. I don't know if some of you remember Narrative sa Makati din.
Mm-hmm.
My wife used to work there also. Tapos, dun marami iba-ibang origins to try ako every day. And then, nag-start na akong bumili ng equipment. Yung mga gamit galing sa Daiso at saka sa HMR. Yung
Mga
mga una
plastic
kong gamit.
magisters, yeah.
Oh, parang alanganin pa yung code. Mali ako nung bili ulit ako. Yung mga ganong moments.
Correct.
So, doon, progressive siya for me. Hindi ako parang, I want to have a coffee shop. It's more of, I want to understand it the way they are understanding it.
Cool. So, parang si Dan talaga nag-introduce sa'yo sa coffee, no, Wes?
So, si Dan yung parang pillar ko. So, si David was the first. Pero si Dan, because she was in the industry, parang siya yung every time she goes around.
Yeah.
So, masama talaga ako.
So,
yung date times namin, naging coffee dates, yung dating resto dates.
More coffee dates. Oh, cool. So, teka, anong year to? Like your nung first time mo mag-curator, what year to, Wes?
2016 ba? Mga ganun.
2016.
So, nandun pa sila, nandun na si Yasi doon.
Yasi, no? Panahon.
Yasi was your first, di ba, speaker.
Oo.
So, very, very nice din yung experience namin. And beyond yung coffee was actually the people within it. Kung paano ka na-welcome sa shop, paano nila ini-explain sa'yo. Nakakadagdag yun ng experience.
Totoo yan. Yun din yung sinasabi ko ever since. Like, that's really a good factor. Isa yun sa mga way para ma-treat ka as a good barista on how you will like cater these people every time they enter your shop. So, yeah, mamaya pag-usapan natin mga unwritten rules ng mga barista. Ayun, ang daming barista na nanonood. So, yeah, good point din yan. Alright, so moving on. So, after that experience, Wes, parang kasi, roaster ka, di ba? Yun talaga yung line.
Well, right now, it became a necessity. For us to survive as Ellipsis. When we had to close the cafe, we had to continue operating as a roaster. So, nung time na bawal, di ba pandemic, bawal pang pumunta kahit sa shop, bawal kami pumunta. So, we brought home our roasters. Malaking bagay yung e-commerce. Pero, yung totoo, pinaka na-enjoy namin would be the cafe. The roastery is nice kasi it becomes one more part that we can explore on. No? And then, it also adds to our contribution sa industry. So, kumbaga, there are so many people who can roast. Why not be part of it? Na parang mas marami nakapag-roast, mas madali ang distribution.
Tama.
It doesn't have to be a competition all the time. It's just, you find the market that fits you. So, yun yung ginagawa namin.
Pero paano ka napasok sa roasting, Wes?
So, nag-start muna kami ng cafe. Yun totoo. Kaya kami naging interested sa roasting. Noong nag-start kami as Ellipsis, ito yung mga time na ang mga minimum order quantities matataas. So, nagpapasupply kami, tatanong ka, minimum order mo will be 10 kilos. And we were a startup company na mahina talaga ang benta. So, 10 kilos we can't even finish in a month nung nag-start kami sa Ortigas. Tapos, nalulumaan kami. So, that was the part na nalulungkot kami kasi parang sayang yung beans na binili natin kasi at a certain point, luma na yung sinuserve natin. Nire-remedyohan na lang natin sa calibration. It's not getting the best out of the quality. So, what we did, we started roasting for ourselves so we can control the volume. So, yun talaga yung primary reason for us to roast. Tapos nung nag-start na kami mag-roast, this was sabay Ortigas and Antipolo. Nung nag-Antipolo kami, we realized the market was not as broad as when we were in Ortigas. So parang people are excited to try, pero they don't have access to different feeds. So nung nag-roast kami sa Antipolo, okay, every week, about 2 to 3 origins. Thank you, may photographer sa area. Hello. Yun. So, about 2 to 3 origins kami every week. So, as a customer, parang pupunta ka sa shop, tapos every week, iba yung natitikman mo. That we can do as a roaster, so we can control our volume. Yung sa roasting supply, it's actually big part dito si France. No? Kasi when we were roasting, wala naman sa decision namin to supply to different cafes. Their goal was, because sabi nung gobyerno, 2 linggo lang naman tong pandemic na to, ang goal nun, para lang maitawid, para makapagtuloy ng shop. Pero yung 2 linggo, magti 3 years na eh. Happy anniversary sa mga COVID ng first batch. So, si Franz he was handling my deliveries. Yung imbis na retail, wala pa akong Shopee nun. Parang siya yung lalabong rider ko nun. Tapos may isang opportunity na may lumapit sa kanya na pwede bang magpa-supply? pwedeng banggitin
Okay
yata kung
lang.
sino. Pero nag-supply kami sa kanya and then doon nag-start na what if this becomes another direction for us? Because meron naman tayong background on roasting. Meron din kami parang konting knowledge. Siyempre, it's not, we can't really say na perfect roasters kami. It's always na meron kaming pwedeng matutunan. So when we started failing for ourselves. Yun yung una namin ginawa. So every time we bad roast, we use it. Kahit dark, kailangan kong inumin, punishment sa sarili ko. Kasi nasunod ko yung bean. Pero yun yung mga bagay na hindi namin nagbibenta, pero it becomes a lesson. Difficult lesson, but a lesson that we can make sure that doesn't happen to the rest of the customers.
Galing. So ayun, shout out sa mga sinusuplayan ng Ellipsis Coffee. Ay, wait lang. Speaking of Ellipsis pala, Wes, bakit nga pala Ellipsis yung brand na naisip mo?
Okay, so when you were first, before, kasi di ba parang hobby lang muna yung coffee for us. Tapos, meron kami mga gamit na pang commercial. So, my first equipment at home, isang Rocket R58, tapos Mazer Super Jolly na doser. Tapos ako, gusto ko lang, pag may bisita kami, medyo masaya yung bisita namin. Tsaka matuto ako mag-latte art, matuto ako mag-calibrate, matuto ako mag-exact na maayos. That was more of the hobby. May isang area sa Ortigas na they were offering their space. Sabi nila, kailangan namin ng cafe sa office namin. Pwede ka bang mag-set up? So, ako naman, parang, pwede, pero hobby ko lang to eh. Parang, it's a free space. They want to get it. Tapos ako, everyone's telling me, sayang kasi libre nga yung space. So, we can try. So, noong time na yun, naglilista na rin ako ng mga potential names ng cafe. Hindi ko siya plano to do it at that moment. Pero, yung mga nalista ko does not fit yung brand.
Parang gusto ko marinig kung ano yung mga nalista mo. Can you name at least
okay,
5?
May isa na nabuhay, pero hindi kami may-ari. si Black. So, Bad Latte Art was part of my list. Yung isa ko pang gusto, pwede nyo na kunin kasi hindi ko na pwedeng palitan, is Out of Town Coffee.
Out of Town.
So parang gusto nyo, tara out of town tayo. Yun yung goal. Parang masarap mag-iya. And then, nung nagkaroon ng offer, nasa Ortigas kasi kami, medyo walang sense yung out of town kasi nasa gitna ka ng center. Kumbaga, north and south, ikaw yung nasa gitna.
Tama.
Tapos, so, medyo na-burn out ako with how to brand. Kasi sabi ko, hindi ako makaisip na fit. So, the former owners of Narrative, they lived in Turkey. Sabi ko, kailangan ko magpahinga. Chat ko muna sila. Sabi ko, kumusta dyan? Sabi nila, balita mo, magtatayo ka ng shop. Sabi ko, pero hindi ako makaisip ng brand. Tapos nagka-type siya. Siguro mga 3-4 minutes siya nagka-type. Tapos ako pinapanood ko lang. Haba naman yung pinatype nito. And then I saw the ellipsis.
Oh, shit. Oo nga, no?
Tapos sabi ko, wait, maybe I just needed that pause. Kailangan ko lang magpahinga. For me to be able to find where I am at that moment, kailangan ko lang ng pahinga. And then, when we were setting up Ellipsis in Ortigas, that was the goal, for people to have a shop where they could pause. Lalo Ortigas, so office space. Yung mga, kailangan ko lang magpahinga kasi toxic yung boss ko or toxic yung, kailangan ko lang ng chika. Pumupunta sila sa shop. So, doon pa lang, nag-umpisa na yung chika culture sa amin na lagi kami nakakarinig sa chismis. So, maraming nagugulat na machismis ang coffee industry. Sobrang machismis ng coffee industry. Pero masaya siya na ganun kami nag-start. So, started out na parang kailangan lang namin ng break. So, anytime, ellipsis kasi by definition sa dictionary, it's a pause in the middle of a sentence wherein you want to make sure that what you're going to say next has impact or is important. So it's the same way we look at our role. We're not the final goal. You have your own life. Pero minsan, parang kailangan mo lang huminga or you want to take a break. You could go to the shop. Tara, usap tayo, kwentuhan tayo. And then later, tuloy mo na. I hope we help you get through what you're going through.
Galing. Galing ng branding. Kaya ganun ka-importante yung branding pagdating sa'yo. Tsaka like ang tagal ko nang iniisip, bakit kaya 3 bilog lang yung logo nyo? Like,
Mahilig kami sa itlog. Tatlo kasi yung...
yung pala. Yung pala definition ng ellipsis. Galing, solid. Ellipsis Coffee Antipolo. Alright, so guys, wait lang, singit ko lang. Kung may questions kayo kay Wes, feel free to chat your question. Pwede naman natin itanong sa kanya. Or you can just unmute your mic if you have any more questions kay Mr. Wesley Sakun. Alright. Okay. Wes, what's your favorite coffee, Wes?
Okay. It will always be the first Kenya for me. If I'm gonna say that if anything changed my whole perspective sa coffee yung Kenya. Pero, kasi when you start roasting, you get to see more types of coffees. Siguro kung meron man naging impactful sa akin, I've tried the Panama coffee roasted by Factory BKK sa Bangkok. That was in a roast wine process. Yun yung mga type na pag ininom mo, parang kang humihiga. Yung pipigit ka, parang feeling mo hinihili ka. Yung mga ganung types of coffees. May bias ako on fruity coffees. I like fruity espressos. Apparently, my market here is more fruity espressos also. So, masaya ako kasi when we were doing Ortigas, sobrang contrast. With methods na enjoy ko yung espresso more than pour-overs. I started with pour-overs, and then when I realized that it's kind of similar in approach, mabilis lang sa espresso, pwede mo i-translate sa espresso yung method.
Nice.
So, kayo.
Wes, as a roaster, kasi ako, yun din kasing dream ko. Like, I always dream of becoming a roaster. Pero, gaano siya kahirap? Kasi if you guys are going to watch roasting videos, mukha mo siyang madali. Pero, I've seen live roasting sessions naman. And, it's really hard. Like, paano mo siya, sino nagturo sa'yo? Like, nag-invest ka rin ba sa sarili mo to study roasting? Like, did you attend classes, courses, or whatsoever?
Had multiple teachers. So, one thing that I kind of not, I always take advantage of. Yung trabaho ko kasi before the pandemic, I used to work in the publishing industry. So, I always travel sa iba-ibang bansa for meetings. So, normally, pag nasa ibang bansa ako, I see a cafe, specialty coffee shop, I ask questions. I ask as much questions as I can. Dalawang bagay. Kasi these are questions that are not answered where I'm from. And pangalawa, if I might be stepping boundaries, hindi na nila ako makikita ulit eh. So, pag sinagot nila, okay. Pag na-offend sila, sorry, hindi na ako babalik. Sa ibang bansa, gano'n naman. Pero a lot of the things that we know actually are from baristas from Singapore. Medyo, sila, hindi sila nag-hold back sa tulong. So, baristas and ex-baristas from Singapore, they will teach you how to roast. You have questions, they will always answer. Big part of it, nung nag-start ako mag-roast, nasunog ko yung unang batch. And normally, sasabihin sa'yo, unang batch, kailangan mo sunugin para season. Yung nangyari sa akin, umapoy talaga. So, hard lesson, pero these are lessons that I get to understand. Hindi na mangyayari ulit. Sorry na hindi pala dapat ganun. In terms of dali, it's critical. It's simple in concept kasi parang mechanical siya. Pero if you mess up once, medyo masakit yung mess up mo. Especially if you're doing bigger batches. No, ngayon na we're only doing what 3 kilo batches sa sala. So, typically parang 2 kilos lang ang output.
Mhm.
Um, man, parang pag nagkamali ka, sayang na yung 2 kilos na yun.
Kaya nga eh.
So, siguro, if you're roasting for yourself, it will always be fun. Kasi if you mess up with roasting, you have that opportunity to be a better barista. And
Correct.
okay, how do I adjust this as a barista? If lalo na nung nakakatanggap pa kami ng supply, may supplies kami na hindi namin gusto.
Mhm.
Na parang, yung luto na ito hindi maganda. So, doon kami nagkaroon ng drive na, I should be brewing it better. No? Wala tayong magagawa. The beans are here. Hindi naman natin pwedeng ipabalik para ipa-roast ulit. So, as baristas, how do I calibrate it well enough to be appreciated? So, if you're roasting for yourself, kunwari, nag-mess up ka konti, it's lighter than you think it is or it's darker than you think it is. And then yung personal challenge na pwede mo siyang i-adjust na magiging pleasant yung coffee.
Correct.
In terms of production roasting, ito yung hindi masaya. Ano siya? Nakakapagod siya. One thing, sobrang dami. Pangalawa, every shop has a preference.
Correct.
So, every roaster also has a preference. These are the times when you have your preferences hindi match dun sa supplier mo. So, nandun na rin sa part na, this is business. So, if they want it dark, then you just roast dark. If they want it at this profile, you roast it sa profile na gusto nila. It will fit their market. I think siguro on my end, kaya hindi ko siya na-appreciate as much. Because I don't see it, the way they see it, na nakikita ng customer na na-appreciate nila, na sarapan sila sa coffee. Because I'm not there, dun sa cafe operations. Pero I think yung roasting to explore is fun. Roasting for supply, I think you have to kind of prepare yourself for it emotionally. Kasi when cafe operations, marami kang customer eh. Minsan, I'm sure, lalo sa coffee run ba to, na minsan may mga customers na nag-aaway na mag-jowa. Yung mga ganun, minsan may papasok na parang alam mong may problema or alam mong may masayang customers, masayang regulars. These things don't happen sa roastery. You're talking to the machine, you're talking to the beans. It's kind of a solemn connection between the roaster and the roaster. So the machine and the roaster, which isn't as exciting as spontaneous cafe operations.
Nice. As a roaster, Wes, ano yung yung ayaw mo na
Maglinis.
Maglinis
ng roaster. Maglinis at mag-sort. Siguro yung sorting becomes difficult. No? Kasi yung problema, people forget the whole land. No? It starts from a farm, through a processor, and then a trader, and then roaster. Most times, hindi din namin kasalanan na may foreign objects. Hindi din namin gusto na may foreign objects. Pero on our end, we try our best na matanggal, make sure na wala. Pag may nakakalusot, the blame falls on us. Kaso wala eh, ganun talaga, lugi. So you really don't want it to happen. Whenever we roast or whenever we do recommendations for cafes, because we also operate a cafe, we always talk in the position of the barista, in the position of their customer, and the position of the owner. Kasi we went through all of that. We started out as hobbyists na customer lang, who's not so knowledgeable in coffee, and then became customers who are knowledgeable in coffee. tapos nandito na kami sa part na roaster na kami, we can actually translate that language. Kasi ang issue, nung nag-umpisa tayo ng talk, the language is not the same in all roasters. So now na meron kaming opportunity to translate the language to shop owners, baristas, and customers, we do our best na, okay, as a roaster, this is what we do. This is the limit of the things that we can do, or we will try na at least maging enjoyable experience for everyone.
Nice. Pero ano, Wes, naka-experience ka na ba ng bad feedback about your roasting? Nagreklamo na ba sa roasting mo?
Meron. Surprising na meron. Well, meron, pero merong iba na hindi nakaka-surprise. Meron iba na parang, okay, this also happens pala in the coffee industry. So, I came from a publishing industry, medyo old industry. So, the older generations are kind of cutthroat. If you have the opportunity to kill an opponent, they will. So, nangyayari pala yun sa coffee industry na some roasters will tell some regulars to give bad feedback. For us naman, meron din sa amin na admittedly, hindi rin kami the best roaster. We don't have the best equipment. We don't have the most expensive drinks. What we do have will be the opportunity to actually make sure na itong greens na to, the people that work hard for it to become stocks that go to us, hindi sayang yung effort nila. So, kami naman, feedback will always be very important. Kunwari, sabihin ng iba, even roasters, they tell us, mas masarap siguro kung ganito ginawa mo. Mas masarap kung ganito, or mas fit kaya sa market mo. We've noticed also, syempre, di ba sinabi ko, nag-ikot ako sa iba-ibang bansa. Iba-iba rin ang preferences ng iba-ibang bansa. So, even if we're using the same greens, puro serado, magkakaiba ng luto, magkakaiba ng highlight. Other beans would like it nutty, super light. Others would like it sweet. Others, ayaw nila ng sweetness, gusto nila complexity. So, feedback will be the most important thing kasi hindi mo malalaman kung anong gusto ko, hindi sasabihin sa'yo. So, negative feedback is part of it. Kailangan mo lang matuto paano may absorb. Uy, Sir Ian.
Hello.
Okay na, out na ako kasi hindi na si Sir Ian.
Dito na si Idol.
Ayan, maliwanag dyan. Maliwanag dyan ah.
Sir Ian, shout out Curve Coffee. Alright. So again, guys, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask Wes. Alright.
Pwede nyo i-chat.
Yeah, chat nyo lang yung question.
Kung gusto nyo blind item.
May sample blind item.
Blind item dyan.
Sino sa mga, may favorite roaster ko, Wes?
Local, imported?
Pwedeng local, pwedeng international.
So there are a few, okay. One of the few people that helped us start Ellipsis was actually Narrative Coffee. If you know David Diswanko, he is the latest Brewers Cup champion ng UAE. So their style is actually helping me simplify the way I roast. Kasi sabi niya, you're now graduating from artisanal personal roasting to batch roasting. So your focus should be consistency more than complexity. Yung sinasabi niya sa akin. So you have to be consistent for your customers to consistently appreciate it. So, pwede ka maglaro, but you do it for your shop. Don't do it for customers. So Archer Coffee is one of my newer good influences. Wala pa ako sa level ng purchasing nila. Sobrang dami nilang pang bili, tsaka ang dami nilang options. Pero I'm learning from all their experiences. Ang saya na meron akong second-hand knowledge. For locals, siguro big influence when I was starting.
Mm.
I'm not sure if you guys know Lance Mirondo
Uh,
from Linear.
Linear.
Uh,
Mm.
and also si Coffee Madness. Kasi Coffee Madness, may isang part nung the way they roast and the way they actually do cafe operations. they're both in Cebu. Si Linear yata wala na sa Cebu,
Mm.
ang alam ko. Pero si Coffee Madness kasi, when you go to his shop, nasa probinsya siya. So, Bubo na parang alam mo na if you need supplies, medyo lalayo siya.
Mm.
So that's how he does operations. So pag may problema, his solution will always be, how do I fix it now? Na I don't have to call a technician, wait for them to arrive and fix whatever my problem is. So doon ako na-inspire sa kanila sa roasting and the way they think. So, wala namatay yung gas mo, anong gagawin mo? How do you fix it? Or brown out. Di ba? Yung mga ganong problema. Which I hope does not happen. So far, hindi pa ako na-brown outan. Pero, sana hindi mangyari. In terms of taste, hirap magsabi. Kasi pag nagsabi ka ng isa,
Go lang, go lang.
yung luto na lang ni Sir Ian. Kasi siya yung nandito. Okay. So locals, ang local roaster. Hirap, sorry. Ang dami. Kasi the way I see it, every roaster has a unique style. Minsan natitikman mo kung sino yung roaster. And I don't know if some of you also do that, no? Pero when you go around cafes, minsan natitikman mo si supplier na ito.
Totoo yan, nangyayari yan.
Because we are coffee crawlers, kasama kami in some friends. Ganun kami, parang hinuhulaan namin. Ano kaya, beyond sa beans, nandun pa yung, sino kaya nagluto nito? May lasang luto ni ganito. So, it becomes appreciated on, hindi siya depende sa roaster. Na-appreciate yung roaster dahil masarap siya. Masarap yung coffee. Knowing na, and then finding out na ito yung roaster.
Galing. Pero pagdating sa roasting, Wes, kamusta ang competition sa roasting? And ang dami kasing, parang dami na nagiging roasters ngayon. Pero, sa tingin mo, paano kaya yun? Paano mo siya nasusustain? Like for example, nagkaroon ka na ba ng case na you have this certain cafe na sinusuplayan? Then out of nowhere, nakahanap sila ng bagong supplier. Did that happen to you? Ready, Wes?
Medyo frequent siya. Well, the way we do our operations is mostly relationship built. So when we supply to a cafe, we also build the relationship with the cafe. We don't want to stop at, here are the beans, that's it, bye-bye. No? Bahala na kayo kung paano kayo kikita. We're there to actually help them. Kasi we were baristas, we had a shop. We had a shop that failed, we had a shop that closed during the pandemic. We had chances na nagsara kami dahil hindi namin, or nahirapan kami mag-operate kasi sinusuplayan kami ng roaster na mahigpit sa supply. So we want to understand the cafe, or we want the cafe to know that we understand them. So sometimes hindi kami aligned to cafe na sinusuplayan. So okay lang kasi for us it's not a total loss. I mean, as long as they found a good roaster, the goal is for them to continue operating as a good cafe.
Nice.
On our end, if we find a cafe to supply, the next question would be, how do we help them grow? So, yung mga shops na sinusuplayan namin, we start with pinaka-basic, help them with calibration, help them understand why this has this effect, or give advices on what season better to do this, how to position your product, or how to find your market. Yun yung pinaka-una. Kasi yun yung background ko actually sa research and development, marketing, tsaka, ano, how to grow a small startup business. So, yun talaga yung gusto namin. So, nandito tayo ngayon sa everyone's trying to operate their cafe properly. If you try to pull somebody else down, sayang kasi gusto mo lahat tayo okay. Everyone's drinking coffee, hindi naman laging lahat nagja-Jollibee. So, dun sa mga competition, as long as they're doing it right, no, yun lang ano ko, when they sell to somebody else or they get from somebody else, I just hope they continue the values. They take care of the beans, they make sure na okay yung calibration when they serve it to the customer. They think of it as if the cup that I'm brewing now was worked on by my baristas, worked on by the roaster, worked on by the processor, by the farmer, everyone sa industry. Huwag mong sasayangin yung effort ng lahat.
You will always be able to see that.
Very well said.
That's the magic.
Again, any more questions? Feel free to chat.
When I sing,
Hi, Jet. Welcome to our OG. What's up, OG?
Nasa abroad din
Kita
to,
mo, ang aga pala.
Nasa abroad ka. Anyway, kamusta dyan, Wes, sa shop mo? Okay naman. Like, any plan like on anong plan mo sa Ellipsis? Like, nandun ka na pa sa point na you're planning to branch out Antipolo or to try to look for other places, or you're just gonna stick with that location?
We actually enjoy the small shop. We had bigger shops. You know, we started with a massive, parang 200-seater cafe sa Antipolo. Tapos nag-shrink down kami to 60. And now we're doing ilan to? 12-seater cafe ngayon. Ang saya ng maliit. Yung totoo, ang saya ng maliit na shop. Parang wedding. Pag dumating yung customer, hindi ka maglalakad sa dulo para mag-welcome. Kasi pagpasok nila, welcome agad. So, it's because the direction is community built. We're happy with this size. But the direction is also to help the community. So, as much as we want to help ourselves with bringing a community here, the direction is we bring the community that we have outside. So, the things that we value here, gusto namin i-share din sa mga cafes sa paligid. Beyond cafes, yung mga offices na don't understand coffee, we help them, we invite them sa shop. We can talk about coffee. Kung anong gusto nyo or you want to understand it the way we do, we translate the language na hindi pa nila naiintindihan into something that we all talk about. No? Yung language natin that we talk about specialty coffee, hindi pa sila well-versed pero willing sila to understand it.
Cool.
So, expansion might be different the way I see it. My version of expansion is more cafes talk about coffee the same language as we do.
Correct. Makes sense.
So,
kasi hindi naman yun talaga lahat aware when it comes to third wave. Kaya minsan like ako, like pag nagpo-pop up kami nila friends, like mahirap din i-explain in layman's term lalo na pagdating sa flavor notes ng coffee eh. And yeah, speaking of third wave kasi I think most people nowadays are like appreciating third wave coffee. And yun din yung problem, like 5 years ago, ang hirap din talaga magbenta ng pour over. Like most people will get too intimidated by the way we do our coffee. Pero ngayon, super thankful din ako sa pandemic kasi ang daming nahilig sa pour over. So parang ano na eh, parang feeling ko pa-exit na rin tayo sa second wave eh. What do you think, Wes? No? Like,
feeling ko, shops are, second wave coffee shops are catching up. They're catching up, they're looking at it as a trend. Pero it's now becoming a standard. Kasi parang, it used to be, these small shops are doing third wave practices. But they can't really keep up with our sales. Correct. And then people started seeing na parang, wait, better application or better barista work leads to better quality coffees.
Mhm.
So, nangyayari, medyo nagsislip down from second wave to third wave shops na nag-grow, dumadami. Ang problema, na-intimidate na sila with that slip kasi nararamdaman na nila yung impact sa kanila. So now, some second wave cafes are starting to introduce the third wave practices.
Mhm.
There's one shop dito sa area namin na nag-start na second wave.
Mm.
Pero yung head barista nila, regular customer namin.
Oh, okay.
Nandito kami sa point na because she's a regular customer here, she talks the same language as we do.
Mm.
And then it becomes significantly impactful din sa shop nila. Na nakikita nila na yung mga nangyayari sa buhay nila, yung mga nangyayari sa coffee in our language. Nagugulat sila na, okay, bakit ganun? Bakit hindi natin alam to? Or bakit di tinurus training natin to?
Mhm.
So nakakatuwa na they're starting to listen.
Mhm.
Not na hindi ganito yung standard. Ganito lang ang standard natin. It's more of what else can we do to make it better.
Ang galing. Anyway.
Saya din yung siguro one thing na medyo nakakatuwa was yung community dito. We started listening first before we started speaking. So we asked people what they wanted. And then when they started talking, we also started connecting. Yung nakapag-connect na kami, we have a flavor wheel dito sa cafe to help them understand. But the flavor wheel is a guide. So we let them know na parang, it doesn't have to be perfect. You taste it the way you taste it. So yung mga natitikman nyo, it's not exactly the same as kung ano yung nasa flavor wheel.
Yeah.
It's your palate, kung ano yung na-register sa'yo, and it helps us understand the coffee. Our goal here is to direct you to appreciate it in our language and also help us understand your language.
Correct. Makes sense. That's a good point.
Okay.
Anyway, ito may sinabi si Likes went to Dumaguete last October. Medyo hirap daw sila usually third unlike sila. Yeah, actually in Bacolod din share ko lang guys, like I opened it in 2014. So super hirap nga siyang i-introduce. Like dumating din talaga sa point na I even give free brewing workshops for people na mga first wave drinkers. But at the end of the workshop kasi kapag tinatanong, kamusta yung brewing, kamusta yung pour over? And they would say na parang okay siya, pero we would stick to our own coffee, mga 3-in-1 instant coffee. And for me naman, there's nothing wrong since preference nga ang coffee. Pero I think siguro let's give mga 2 years pa. Like I'm pretty sure like most people would appreciate third wave even more like compared sa mga second wave.
So, nung nag-start kami sa Antipolo, this was 2018, 2018. Hindi pa kami, the area isn't really as well-versed with specialty coffee. Admittedly, we're not the first specialty coffee shop in Antipolo. If you've heard of Daily Beans, they're based in Tanay, but they had a branch here in Antipolo. They had access to everything, good equipment, good coffee. Siguro the difficult part was the connection. The baristas were not really used to. Well, the baristas came from second wave cafes, and when they serve coffee, that's it. Sorry, bye-bye. No, thank you. Sana magustuhan nila. The direction we were trying to do when we started Ellipsis was to connect. We can serve coffee, but we want to also hear what they think about the coffee and what they want from the coffee. So, yun yung question namin lagi. How's the coffee? And then when we started, kasi you can always talk about, it's good, that's it. Pero when you try to talk about technicals, it's not going to be the same. Kasi sasabihin mo, I get the taste like yung Christmas blend now tastes like Lotus Biscuit, butter cookies. No, pero pag first time coffee drinker, hindi naman yun. Parang hindi siya same language. So that's why cupping is also important. a big part of it was you train the palate of the people around you
Yeah.
to help you understand it sa language na kung paano mo sinasabi. So, when we talk about flavors, when we talk about coffee, we don't just talk about, oh, this is coffee. From this origin, it should taste like this. From this origin, it should taste like this. It's more of, oh, if you look at variety, it's like saging. No? So, parang yung saging, may taba, merong senyorita, merong lakatan. Tapos latundan. So, doon mo nakikita yung language na familiar sila with fruits. With mangoes, let's say, if you plant mangoes that come from here, Laguna versus Guimaras mangoes versus mangoes from Mexico, hindi siya kasing pareho. No? So, that becomes the translation for them to appreciate na the coffee that you're tasting, if it came from a different part of the world or different farm, it will immediately taste different. So, kaya pag natitikman mo siya, yung mangoes natin is, well, I would say it's much better than American mangoes.
Yeah.
So, ganun din with when they say, oh, the Kenyan coffees, I like the Kenyan coffees better than the Vietnamese coffees. Yung ganun. So, you start translating it. Ang problem lang dyan, you first have to introduce it talaga. So, medyo matrabaho siya. The good thing about specialty coffee, especially for us, pare-pareho tayo, para tayo na-trap.
Yeah.
Once we started liking it, you can't like tumaas yung standard mo. So, you don't like coffees from everywhere else. So you have to you go to coffee shops that are at par with the quality of coffee that you serve. So nagiging snobby tayo in a way.
Pero I think magandang way. I think most cafes should do this too para mas mapabilis yung awareness ng tao sa coffee. I think most cafes should host public cupping. No, Wes? Mas okay siguro yun para...
It's nice, although now it's very dangerous pa. Kasi COVID alam mo yun. Yung coughing nyo, baka maging coughing, pauwi sa coughing. So, delikado tayo doon. So, kind of start with smaller groups of people that influence each other also. So, kunwari, meron ka, if you frequently go to a gym, the same group of people that you know are responsible enough to take care of themselves, sila lang yung invite mo sa coffee. Pero pag may feeling ka mukhang umuubo lagi, huwag nyo invite yung tao na yun. Ibitahan nyo lang yung yung alam mo mong inaalagaan din yung sarili. It becomes a lingo na minsan para siyang nagiging wall. Other people think na they're snobby because they talk about coffee in a scientific way. Pero most times you're not trying to dumb it down, but you're actually connecting it to them. Okay, this is scientific, but when they get to understand it the way we do, ang saya pala kasi detail siya.
Anyway, any more questions for Wes? Magpaparapol.
May question po ako.
Yes, Jeff.
Ano po yung brand ng turot? Ano yung brand ng turotot?
Hindi ko alam eh. Pero kanina pa siya.
Gagamitin ko bukas.
Saan ba yung turotot na yun? Okay.
Nasagot ko ba yung question niya, sir?
Yun lang talaga yung question.
Satisfied with that?
So, alam naman natin mag-New Year. Kakaiba ang paputok dito.
Happy New Year pala, everyone.
Happy
anyway,
naman ang
okay, any more questions? Last one.
Try kong
okay lang, Wes. Para
Si Dino nagsabi.
Yan ata may i-share. So, yan, may share ka ba?
Sir Ian, may share ka daw. Shout out
Actually, i-share ko lang muna bago magsalita si Sir Ian. Si Sir Ian yung isa sa mga tao na parang, Sir Ian, ba't gano'n hindi ko maintindihan yung roast ko? he will share kung paano ko iluluto. Parang, ito, ganito yung nangyayari. Pag ganito ginawa mo, ganito yung magiging impact. It's because some people will tell you, basta ganito gawin nyo. And it doesn't really make as much sense. As compared dun sa sinabi ni Sir Ian na parang ganito gawin mo, pag ganito ginawa mo, ganito yung magiging effect sa coffee. It becomes very significant sa roasting style ko kasi the things that I'm doing, I understand what I'm doing. Na-explain niya sa akin na maigi. As compared sa binigyan lang ako ng instructions, just do this, just do that. Hindi siya, hindi ko mabavalue yung action kung hindi niya in-explain sa akin. So, yun lang. Thank you, Sir Ian.
Yes talaga, Sir Ian.
Grabe. Q-grader in the house. Hello, sir.
Hindi ako prepared.
May gusto ka bang i-share, Sir Ian? Kung nanonood ka, ano gusto mo sabihin?
Share. PM nyo na lang ako.
PM is the key. Kaya.
Sir Ian, si Sir Ian po yung next na guest natin.
Oo, tama. We're gonna have a new episode with Sir Ian next year.
Ano yung Franz?
Ikaw yung guest namin next year sa talk.
Abangan natin.
Sa isang araw na.
Next week.
Next week na pala yung next year.
Kaya yung ko lang kasi ng phone. Ngayon ko lang nakita yung post. Kaya kapatang ko.
Okay lang yan, Sir Ian. Good to see you. Anyway, going back, Wes, paparaffle ka ba daw?
Sige, yung
Coffee machine.
Yung staff ko, pwedeng libreng staff sa isang araw.
Yun.
Papadutyhin niyo.
Ayun.
Sige, sige, Beans.
Yun, Beans.
Ilan?
Isa lang, one winner lang tayo.
Okay.
Alright.
Hirap yung tanong.
Raffle. So guys, Wes, ikaw na magtanong, pwedeng related sa topic natin or kahit non-coffee related naman. So if you know the answer, of course, simply type your answer sa chat box. Rules, wrong spelling wrong. So paunahan na lang.
Already
Okay.
Complete address nyo, Sir Wesley. Complete address.
Alam mo
Hirapan mo yung tanong, Wes, para challenge.
Mahirap na tanong. Ano yung unang specialty coffee drink na nainom ko pero hindi ko nagustuhan?
Yon.
Hirap nun. Nasabi ko kanina sa kwento.
If you guys are listening, ano yung unang coffee na ininom daw ni Wes na?
Kenya.
Hindi. Sinerve sa akin pero hindi ko talaga siya nagustuhan.
Panis.
Wala pang
nakakatama. First coffee, Wes.
Yun, okay. Meron na.
Meron na, Wes?
Oo.
Sino winner natin?
Huwag na si Dino.
Sir. Huwag na.
Supply naman yan eh.
May ribs ka na, Dino ah. May kape ka pa.
Sige, so lahat ng defect namin, papadala namin.
Ayun.
Dalawang sako na ang defect.
Padala mo kay sir.
Nakasako pa. Pero hindi nakasaka yung taas. So, kailangan bawal tumapong.
Dun sa mga defects mo, Wes, what do you do with those defects? Like,
Normally, normally may iba hihingin. Gagamitin daw nila for scrubs or yun. Binibigay namin. Yung iba, yun, pang-aesthetic na.
Yeah, pang-aesthetic.
Ang dami naming sako sa bahay. Kasi every week, parang 4 na sako yung iniikot sa amin. So, yun, nauubos na parang ang dami na ito. So, yung mga neighbors nangihingi, ginagamit sa plants, ginagamit sa ginagawang basahan. So, defects. Salamat sa pagkuha ng defects ko.
Pero I think parang may naisip ako din magandang episode. I think Wes, pwede tayong ulit mag-talk. Pero this time, peer roasting yung pag-usapan natin.
Dapat si Sir Ian ang speaker natin dyan.
Sir Ian,
Ian and yan. Double trouble to. Ayan, magkaroon din tayo ng talk about roasting kasi ako, ang dami ko ring questions about roasting. So again, let's set another day for that. Call it done. Oh, wait lang, sino
Siguro,
nanalo? Si Dino? Si Dino na
Dino
panalo.
nga eh.
Anong price niya, Wes?
Eh,
Huwag
paano
na yan.
na lang sa ibang ano?
Gusto mo ng Sultan?
Oh, gusto niya yun.
Ano, choosy pa.
Na-miss ko yan, na-miss ko yan.
Iluluto ko pa. Pero magkakaroon.
Alright.
Siguro, if there's anything, any advice that I would always give to people who are asking to start being in the coffee industry, tread your pacing. No? Ibig sabihin, somebody will say, you buy the most expensive equipment you can get your hands on. Ubusin mo lahat ng pera mo, mangutang ka. That's not the best advice you will hear. Medyo old school siya eh. Find things that you have access to. If you can only afford yung pinakamurang machine and pinakamurang grinder, start with that. And then slowly build from that. Know your market, study your market, be involved with them, communicate sa kanila. Tapos pag alam niyo na kung anong gusto nila, you grow from there. You work with them. Kaya yung customers namin nandito lang sila kanina. So they always go, tapos they talk about what they want to see sa shop. And then yung they send and then you add. Sa inyong community nila.
Very well said. All right. So again, Wes from Ellipsis.
Sorry, Ellipsis ko. Familiar yung last name? But yes.
May pahabol na questions? Anyone bago matapos
Nagtatas ng
ang
kamay.
Ano yan, Franz?
Nagtatas ng kamay si Dino.
Pwedeng bawiin yung price.
Eh, pamigay na lang din sa iba, Master. Okay na.
Ay, no. Nakakabol naman
Tama na yan.
Mga New Year's
Basta
resolution
yung
natin.
defects, pang-aesthetic sa store.
Hindi dalawa. Sige, dalawa sila. Dalawa naman sila nakakuha eh.
Sino isa?
Dalawa na sila. Laika.
So Laika. Uy,
Pero,
congrats, Laika.
pero, pakilala ka sa akin.
Yung term sa shop ko kunin dyan sa Antipolo.
Pero hindi na sabihin yung address. Tulaan niya.
Yan.
Taga
Taga
Rizal
Rizal
daw.
naman eh. So,
Wala ka.
yan.
Yes.
We the East.
Anyway, Wes, anong next move mo for Ellipsis Coffee? Before we end.
Next move for the shop.
Yep.
Oh, okay. There's something we're planning on. So, it's a very long process. So, hindi pa namin agad makukuha. Pero kasi nung bata ako, pangarap kong maging gardenia. Yung tipong may field trip sa amin. So, we're kind of working on space na medyo further, pero para siyang warehouse na pwede ipuntahan ng mga tao. So parang, if you want to understand, this is where the roasting facility is, this is where the packing facility is, this is what happens. So we have so many things planned out, pero yun yung parang end goal namin. Siguro now, a direction is to build yung community. Let people, seniors lalo, no, to understand coffee in the same level as we do. Pero may questions, Sir Ian?
Go, Sir Ian.
Tawag dito, may share lang ako. Baka sakaling pwede lang. Kasi nabanggit ni Wes kanina, marami siyang defects. Siyempre tayo naman, willing naman tayo to share yung knowledge na rin about coffee sa mga clients or customers natin. Baka meron kang makabuo ka ng mga ng primary and secondary defects na pwede i-display doon. And then, pagka meron mag-design, conscious dun sa curious dun sa sa kung ano yung nasa tray na yon. We can share. We can share na yung defects na nakukuha natin na sinesegregate natin before roasting. Parang ganun.
So, magagamit din siya for teaching, no? Malaking bagay din siya.
Oh, yeah.
Tama.
Pwede rin mapasok yun, no, Sir Ian, pag nagkaroon tayo ng topic on how to identify roast defects, no? Para makita nila yung actual defects ng coffee. Makes sense. Pwede.
Thank you, Sir Ian.
Iba talaga.
Thank you to volunteer.
Ayan. Anyway, all right. Any more questions before we end this we end this talk? No more na? So Wes, invite them ulit to your shop.
Sa
Promote, promote.
Ellipsis nag-Google Waze naman kami, pero kung gusto niyo pumunta sa shop, kung gusto niyo na madali, papuntang Antipolo Cathedral. So, if may plano kayong mag-Antipolo, lalo na si Laika na nandito lang, pwede siyang, hindi Laika na staff namin, yung mas importanteng Laika. Joke yung Laika na, you can get the beans here. Tomorrow, sarado kami again. So, kung may nanakawin kayo, tomorrow is the best time. Sa isang araw, we're open. We can definitely talk more about coffee. Things you want to understand, things you want to understand from you also. It's always about sharing stories. Bukas na sige dalhin ko na lang bukas. Nasa mundo kami. So, we can talk about stories, your experiences, and then what we can do to help understand it and what we can do to help you understand us also.
Nice. All right. Don't forget to follow Ellipsis on Instagram, Facebook, all their pages for more further updates. Ayan. Oy, may
Mabilis
paraffol
kami.
daw.
Si Chef ata magpaparabol.
Paparaffol ka, Jet, ng steak?
Hindi. Kay Chef Meg yun. Kay Chef Meg.
Napilitan na, no?
2 grams. 2 grams lang.
Alright. Ayan. Alright, so again, thank you so much, guys. Again, Wes, thank you. Alam kong pa-close na yung shop nyo. Thank you for accepting this.
Gala pa kami.
Salamat. Next episode natin. So guys, update lang. So every Friday na yung talks natin. So dahil pa tayong guests, madami pa naka-line up. And of course, yan, naka-line up na rin yan. So again, class picture muna before we end the call. Class picture.
Happy New Year, everyone!
Happy New Year, everyone! Oh, wait lang. Ace screen cap.
Lumiwanag.
Saka isang snap. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Alright.
Tabang nakaipon.
Wow.
Alright, again, thank you, Wes of Ellipsis Coffee. Palakpan natin si Wes. Teka,
Salamat.
stop recording. Stop recording.